Hey, it's Mehdi from Nord Advertising, and today we're going to be going over deliverability issues such as getting delisted from blacklists. Most brands think that this is way complex or complicated, but it really isn't. It's a pretty easy process, and we'll just walk you through it in this video. So for those of you that don't know who Nord Advertising is or what Nord Advertising is, it's an email marketing agency. We don't really focus just on ecom. We work with info products. We've done it before. We work with creators, and we also can work with hotels, with mainly anyone who needs help with email marketing. And as klaviyo partners, we don't really just focus on one ESP. We work with many other different ESPs, and we're pretty much fluid in that sense. So what is it that we actually do? We focus on the strategy, we focus on the design, we focus on the copy, and we also look into the holistic approach, the full-on approach, the ads, the social media, how the brand looks in itself. So how will the emails complement the brand as a whole and improve the customer journey and not confuse the customer. Now let's just jump straight into it. What is a blacklist? So a blacklist or an IP blacklist is a list that flags domains for malicious content, and for it really just sees if your domain is sending spammy messages, or if it feels that you are not following proper email guidelines. It'll move you to its list. It'll blacklist you. And if you're in more than 2 lists, usually that does affect deliverability, or even just 2 lists in itself. I don't really like to have domains or my clients' accounts in more than one blacklist, because there's a few that are just very stubborn and don't really like to remove you from their blacklist for some weird reason, or it takes months to get you out. So in this video, I'll be walking you through how to do that. So first things first, how do you know if you are blacklisted? So what I do is I jump into 5 different blacklist checkers. Usually people tell you to just look into one, but with me, I always like to be extra safe. So I have 5 that I look into. I have MX Toolbox, Easy DMark, DMarkly, Hetrix Tools, and Spamhaus. These 5, you go into the links that you'll be accessing at the bottom of this video. So in the description of this video, you'll have a copy to this slides, and you can just click to the websites and have everything there. First one is MX Toolbox. If you look into blacklist here, I'm just going to use Gymshark because it's widely known. You put in your domain and then you click on blacklist check, and once it does its process, it'll come up with the blacklist that you're in. Usually it's going to be 1 or 2 for most domains. After that, you go to Easy DMark, then you go to DMarkly, then you go to Hetrix Tools, then you go to Spamhaus, and then you just double check. That's the best thing to do. You just keep double checking. And once you get that blacklist name, for example, when I did this earlier, it's not loading now for some weird reason, it came up with this one. It's called Swarmy Spam. You click on the name of the blacklist, and that will take you to a page like this. And usually in MX Toolbox, it'll have the site name as well. So you can just click there, or you can go to Google and type the name of the blacklist and then blacklist after that. And then usually what you'll do is you click on the website. You see here somispam.net, just to cross-check, somispam.net, and then it'll take you to their website. In their website, it'll walk you through how to delist. Once you get to their website, you email that you send manually an email to for them to get you out, or you can go to Hetrix Tools, which I personally like. Usually it'll have a delist option here for you to click, and you can just delist. It'll delist you automatically, or it'll tell you to manually send an email out. Now let's say you want to send an email out. What you do is, before you send that email out, is figure out what the problem is. Usually that stems from spam complaints, or sending to inactive bots or inactive addresses. Someone maybe put in a fake email and they've done it one too many times, or there's a lot of variables, but you have to look into these variables that we've listed here for you to be able to note that and keep that in the email that you'll be sending the blacklist. Now, how do you send the email to the blacklist page? You go to the removal pages and they will give you like a website, an email to send out to. After that email, you're either going to write something like this. You can copy this template really, or you can write them in email asking them to remove you from the blacklist, and that you are following the right email protocols and what you plan to do in order to stay out of the list, or what your best practices are going to be moving forward. Once you do that and you send that to them, you'll be like all set. You'll have to wait for them. Usually it'll take some time to get removed. Sometimes it'll take 48 hours. Some of them take months. Like this Suomi spam one, most of the brands that I've been checking have been in it, and they seem to be the more difficult one to get out of. And there are those that if you get into, they're a bit more, they have more intensity in their effect to deliverability, so to speak. So, for instance, Spam House is one of them. If you're found in Spam House, you'd want to get out ASAP. And that's pretty much it. You'll find the link to this slide in the description below. It's pretty straightforward. There's no complex steps that you have to take. It's just find the blacklist, find it online. There's instructions specifically on where to find the email or what to do next in order to get delisted, and then you send out an email that looks like this. Very straightforward, very simple, and nothing too complex behind it. And if you are someone that wants to just automatically get delisted and not send out an email like this, you use this Hetrix tool. It'll pop up an option on the right here where it says to delist if you are listed, and you just click that, and most of the time it'll just automatically do it for you. And on that note, have an amazing day, have an amazing week, and I'll see you guys on the next video.